Okay, today we are going to find the surface area of pyramids. So, surface area is just the area that's on the outside surface. So, for example, if we have this square base pyramid, and the reason I know it's a square is because it is a 16 by 16. So, if these two lengths are the same, then you know that the base is a square. And if you were to open up, if you were to cut right along the edges of this pyramid, it would lay flat. You could push it down and it would open up and lay flat looking like this. This is actually called a net, and a net is what is formed if you, like I said, just cut all along the edges of your shape and kind of lay it down flat and open it up. So it's easier to find the surface area if you can envision what the net looks like. So what we had said is that the base is a square. This is a 16 by 16 square. And so if we're finding area, surface area, the area of a square is length times width. So we're going to take 16 times 16. So in your calculator, you're just going to do 16 times 16, and you're going to get 256. So this area is 256. Okay, now we also need the surface of all of these triangles on the outside. So we need this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So how you're going to find the area of a triangle is, in case you forgot, area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. That is for a triangle. And what I just did a minute ago was a square, and it was just base times height. So, or length times width. So length times width is the same thing as base times height. So length times width was 256. Now let's do base times height divided by 2. So the base of this triangle is 16. The height of this triangle is 15. So we've got 16 times 15 divided by 2. So for this triangle, I've got 16 times 15 divided by 2. So 16 times 15 equals 240 divided by 2 is 120. And what's great about this particular one is that we know that since it's a square base, this height is going to be the same in all four sides. So the area is going to be 120 in all four of my triangles. So now that you know the surface area of each shape, you're going to add it all up. So you're going to take 120 plus 120 plus 120 plus 120 plus 256, and you're going to add them all up in your calculator. So 120 times 4 plus 256 equals 736. So the entire surface area is 736 square yards. And the reason it's square yards is because area is always talking about in square units. Okay, let's take a look at what happens if we don't have a square base. Let's say our base is a triangle, like in this one. So in order to do that, we still need to find the base. And remember, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Oops, can't see that. There you go. Base times height divided by 2. So we're looking at just our base. So I'm looking at the middle part of this net, which is what it's sitting on, our base. So it is a 14 foot by 12.124 as our height. So we have 14 times 12.124 divided by 2, and that is going to be the area of our base. So 14 times 12.124 equals, divided by 2 equals 84.868. So 84.868 is our base. And now let's go ahead and do the side lengths. Sorry, the triangles that are on the sides. So this base is 14 by this height is 12.207. So we're going to take 14 times 12.207, and then we're going to divide the whole thing by 2 because once again it's a triangle, so that's how to find area of a triangle. 14 times 12.207 equals, divided by 2 equals 85.449. So 85.449, 85.449 85.449. Okay, now that we have all of the areas of the triangles, all 4 triangles, the base and the other 3, we're just going to add them up. So I'm going to do 85.449 plus 85.449 plus 85.449 plus a different one, 84.868. So that is, I'm just going to multiply by 3 and then add the other one. That's a lot quicker in your calculator. Is 341.215. 341.215, and this is square feet. Okay. This is a good time for you to push pause on the video and try these. The only other thing I want you to notice is it also wants you to draw the net. So I drew the net for you, or I printed it for you on these first 2, but I really think that it would help you if you draw the net on the next 2. That will help you when you're adding up all of the different areas for the total surface area. Okay, push pause and try these next 2, or go ahead and leave it on play and I can help you with it if you're not sure yet how to do it. Okay, if you're ready to check your work, or if you needed me to help you do it, this is actually a rectangular base. So I'm going to do one side just a little bit longer than the other because it is not a square base, it's an 11 by 12. So I'm going to put 11 by 12. And then off of each one, it's got these triangles, which are not drawn very well. So hopefully yours is drawn a lot better. But what I notice is that the one that's on the base of 11 has a height of 11. And that would also be over here. And the one that's on the base of the 12 has a height of 10.6. So I'm going to need to do this and make sure I know that's 10.6 here and here as well. Okay, so the 12 by 11 is just 12 times 11 base times height. 12 times 11 is 132, so this area inside here is 132. And then I'm going to do 11 times 11 divided by 2 because I need it to be a triangle this time. Triangles are all divided by 2. So 11 times 11 divided by 2 is 60.5. So 60.5. That means this one is also 60.5. This one is 12 by 10.6. So I'm going to take 12 times 10.6 and then divided by 2. So 12 times 10.6 divided by 2 is 63.6. So 63.6, I can't really see that very well, 63.6. All right, now I'm just going to add up all of the areas to find a total surface area. I've got 132, I've got 63.6 and 63.6 and 60.5 and 60.5. I'm going to add them all up. 132 plus 63.6 plus 63.6 plus 60.5 plus 60.5. 380.2. All right, so if you're just checking your work, be sure that you got 380.2 as a final answer. And if you needed me on this one, go ahead and push pause now to try example 4 on your own, or if you've already tried it on your own, let me go over it with you. So let's draw the net. This is a square base. It doesn't really look like a square base, but it's 2 by 2, so that tells us it is a square base. So it's 2 by 2. And then you have an equal triangle coming off of each side because it's 2 by 2. And the height is 3.5. So since this is 3.5, it is going to be 2 times 3.5 divided by 2. 2 times 3.5 divided by 2. And that's going to be each of my triangles. So 2 times 3.5 divided by 2 is 3.5. So this is 3.5, this is 3.5, this is 3.5, and this is 3.5. This is a 2 by 2 square, 2 times 2 is 4. And now we can add them all up. 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 4 equals 3.5 times 4 plus 4. 18. So this one is 18 square inches.